Scott, thanks for having me here. Thanks for inviting me to your cool place, cool shop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, very unique eye. Very unique eye, very nice design here. Well, unique eye, I could say right away after the first time I saw your car.
So it's a full collision shop.
Uh-huh.
So it's my day-to-day. But I've, like the station wagon, I built this car in a little two-car garage. And now that I have this, it opens my doors of all kinds of things I can do that I didn't have the room for before because, this is a true testament. You can do this in a two-car garage.
And that's the story. That's the story exactly. And the story always catching me. And my story with your car is exactly that. I've seen your car, I believe, first time. That's the first few car shows which I was attending. I mean, maybe a few years down the road. I believe like 10 years ago, Miramar. And I'm passing this car. First of all, very unique car. Second of all, wagon. Third of all, two-door. And just the restoration. I mean, it's stunning. I mean, your hood was up. I've seen the engine, and I'm like, whoa.
It's very rare for what it is. It was literally on a farm. They bought this car to take hay to their farm from whatever. It came out of Nebraska.
Wow.
And they didn't make many two-doors back in 53. It's a 53 Ford.
Uh-huh.
So when they bought these kind of cars, they bought them for the family. So they bought four doors. They wanted four doors. They didn't buy them for the two doors. And this one, they grew corn. I know this because it packs back to how this car stayed alive. They used to oil the roads back then, so to keep the dust off the corn. So they drove this back and forth into town, and oil and the dirt caked underneath the car and kind of preserved it, but also ruined it.
Wow.
So it's just neat how this one survived because of that, because it was probably 12 inches thick underneath the car of just the dirt and oil from, they would come by and oil the dirt roads around the crops, so it didn't put dirt on the crops.
Wow.
Would know that. I'm not from Nebraska, but
Uh-huh.
just a backstory of where the car came from. So me and my father my father gave me the gene of a car guy, and he found this car, and it's been a father-son talking moments over the years because it took a long time to build it.
Uh-huh.
It's save your money, build a little bit. Oh, I got some more money. Oh, I'm going to do this. So kept a good relationship with me and my father, and a cool car came out of it. So I don't like very common cars. This is a very uncommon two-door wagon, and I've only seen another couple handfuls of them ever. And
in an entire country, I would
yeah,
say.
and I'm always at big car shows and doing things like that. So this one's very odd, and that's kind of why I like it, I guess. That's kind of some of my car collection is part of that.
Yeah.
Just that odd girl that you can make look good. So
Nebraska. So how did you find it in Nebraska?
My father found it.
Uh-huh. So we talking what, 50 years back down the road, or?
No, it was 8 years to build the car myself. So I did everything myself. I wanted to build something that was beyond my limits that I thought I could do.
Uh-huh.
But it was a big project for me, especially with young kids, and that extra money doesn't go that far. So building this, it took some time and saved my money, build this, but I had a vision. As soon as I saw it, I'm a wagon fan, so I thought they're just cool as shit. So station wagon, two-door, I was sold. So building
that's a unique approach, first of all, because there is not a lot of people first of all, around with the wagons and this that they like them. Second of all, I think in the modern times, right, like we are right now, I'm coming from Europe, Poland, right by the border with Germany. There was a lot of wagons too. And just because I was right by the border with Germany, I was lucky enough to experience those wagons. I mean, we're talking, of course, about 80s and 90s, mostly BMWs, Audis, maybe some Volkswagens. Back then, of course, in Europe, we are lucky with the diesels, turbo diesels, not with the gas like your guys here, V8. But you're just tasting the wagons. Those wagons, we're talking from 50s, 60s, spectacular designs.
The Impalas, when those wagons, those were always, I thought, the coolest thing. But it's the originality of them, the Tri-5 Chevys and everything. Like you can get parts everywhere. You can find everything you want, no problem. Not this, So it's a little bit of the hunt. It's the can you do it, Try to find this part or try to find something that suits the car well. It's got a lot of subtle changes that don't really jump out at you, but I didn't want that. I'm looking for a timeless work. So,
one of one,
and one that doesn't. It stands out in its own way, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, with me it's a different story because I'm from Europe, so I was crazy about any American classic cars and hot rods. Recently, even more for hot rods. But seeing all those wagons here, how I said 50s and 60s, first of all, they're so huge. Second of all, the lines, the design, interior, exterior. I had the opportunity exactly being up close with one on the road for quite a bit. I had amazing opportunity to experience nice event. It was called Lone Star Roundup in Austin, Texas. I got invited for a little road trip in classic cars. And one way exactly we roll in a 1961 Metro International Harvester. But this bad boy, of course, was resto modded, so we had the LS under air suspension. With us also was driving gentleman in a 37 Chevy. On the way back, we had with us one of our local guy here. He was in a 1962 Impala wagon, and he was rolling with us too. He's attending many events. What is cool about him and his entire family that he's really passing how I'm calling passing the American classic car or hot rod baton in the family, because his kids are really involved, boy and girl, in those classics, and they're joining with them to some car shows, sometimes in the state, sometimes they're driving outside the state. So it's just cool to observe this, because really time flies. We have 2026, and I think the automotive world and the history, what was created here in this country, is something special.
Yeah.
I believe it's celebrated pretty strong anyway, because our old crew here, guys who are really holding those amazing collections. Plus, we have, I think, pretty spectacular museums too. Again, how you said, some of us have the luck exactly where the dad or uncle are connected, and they're passing the passion and this little, you would call back in a family, and how you had the opportunity to created this by yourself, but it started with your dad. That's cool.
My dad, I was a car show kid, so it's what my dad did. So he was a car show guy. He always had a hot rod of some sort.
Okay.
And so as I got a daughter and a son, my son both in their 20s now.
Yeah.
And my son is in the collision business.
Yeah.
It's what I've did for my career, and same thing. He's into it. He's not. He kind of. It's tough
steps.
It's tough to pass that on, because it's an expensive sport.
It is right now, especially,
and to compete with these high dollar exotic cars, it's a different breed of passing that baton on.
Plus, you really have strong desire because you need space. I mean, you could do with 1-2 car garage like you did.
But that's still tough.
The drive,
that you gotta love it. You gotta really want it. But it's it's one thing to finish a project.
Yes.
That alone is such a milestone. But my kids are in it in their own way, and they support it. And the things that I learned from my father teaching me about stuff when I was at car shows,
Yes.
he was able to sit and talk to me and listen to me, and I'd open up because we're sitting there all day. What else are we doing? And I learned doing that with my kids and taking them to shows when they were young, and they would just da-da-da-da-da all day long, and you got to know more than just being at a car show.
Yeah.
So the family love of it all has to all be there, and it's always been blessed in my house for that. So that's great on my part. So it helps keep this fun stuff going.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because I'm looking for also, there is this question mark, or the next generation is coming, talking about teenagers right
electric
now,
cars,
or guys in the 20s. There is what I'm trying to observe, state by state, this can vary. Like again, or there is some guys, hot rodders, where they have kids and they have maybe more space, some barn, talking about South Carolina, North Carolina, where this is on a daily basis, that they're coming back from the school and they're going to this barn full of classic cars or hot rods, and they're working. We don't have that much space here in Florida, in some of the areas, of course, because there's some private communities, this and that, but there's another other open area where you have a little few acres, and exactly you guys have bigger space, bigger area to explore this, experience this kind of automotive world. But what I'm saying, it's again, building, maybe you could still find some deals to buy some parts, swap and meets and everything else, but buying right now classic car is becoming more and more expensive. That's what you said exactly. That is tough for this.
When we were growing up, you could, find a couple $1,000 car. That was your next first car or whatever. A lot of the 50s, the 60s are now coming down. That generation that loved them are now dying off, and now you can find a lot of classic car for under 10 grand. You really can.
Really?
It may not be the one you want, but
start with something.
It is starting with something and having fun with it, and it teaches you so much. You'll learn patience. You'll learn.
That's true.
Breakdowns are fun, and I've had a lot of breakdowns, and I've met some of the greatest people ever breaking down.
Helping on the side of the road.
Helping me. Just was at a show, something broke, one of my cars. It was Dan Webb. He's a famous Riddler builder in Michigan.
Wow.
He just, I'll help you, just great guy. And if you look him up, Dan Webb, just an incredible builder. Beyond things you could do with your hands, he's just incredible at what he does. But someone just out of the blue, you never know who you're meeting. So it's kind of just another part of it all.
Story.
There's just so many different parts of what people love about all this. And I used to like going to the car shows, and now I just like driving them around and having fun and just enjoying the smiles, I guess.
Yeah, and that's what I hear. Yes, the car shows, we like the car shows, but we like to just stop by and leave whatever we can. I don't want to be, stuck there for 3 or 4 hours, because that's the rule. And then another half, I hear this. We just like to get together and just cruise a little bit, just for just coffee, donut. Doesn't matter. Just get on the road, and that's the kind of the similar action with the name idea for the reliability run, where you have group of guys, 5 of 10, you cruising somewhere, 50 miles out of town or something. It's group of you, so you know that if something would happen, each of you can help each other.
You got help.
Backup, nice, just cruising, nice morning, summer out, country roads. Of course, some areas are better than other ones. We have some nice areas here in Florida too, but sometimes I'm watching those guys, in California, talking about Pacific Highway ones or any mountains there, or South Carolina. I'm touching base with the car clubs there too. North Carolina, Tennessee.
Great drives.
Love, yes. Ohio,
drives,
recently
great
I'm
drives.
learning. Ohio has some beautiful areas. So definitely each and every one of us try and come up with some ideas and just try keep this interesting, because they need to be driven. The cars need to be driven.
There's so much more fun to be had with them
Yeah.
than just sitting at the shows or doing that part
Uh-huh.
of it. It's so much more fun stuff. Like just the camaraderie, the friends. My customers, when we're building a car for them, I'm like, it's your Saturday night car. It's your Saturday night. Take your girl out, have a good time.
Do you have any special story with the? Because I love the colors exactly. What you did with the two-tone.
I was working. I was running a Toyota dealership at the time.
Okay.
And this is for the painters out there in the world. This is 1G3. That coat is real pain in the ass, to say the least. But it's a Toyota Camry color, and it started at that, and just kind of played with it a little bit, give it its own look. I tried to go for real timeless colors and timeless look, so it doesn't date itself out, 10, 15 years from now or something like that.
Yes.
Or you could change the wheels and it'd still be a whole nother different car kind of thing. So
What do you have on there talking about exactly your performance and suspension?
So it's a small block Chevy,
Yes.
and I picked that in a Ford just so I could put the V8 stack injection in there. So it's fuel injected. It was my first fuel injected build, so a lot of learning curve there, a lot of figuring things out. But it's on airbags, so it's got a whole management system for the engine and the air and fuel, and also for the suspension. So very nice driving down the road. You get on the expressway and you can just slink it down like a Corvette, and it just hums along and does its thing. So station wagon, it's got its nice roomy open cabin feel to it, and the built-in air conditioning from the 50s with the vent windows. So some little things and those little luxury items that are so cool from back then. Fresh air intake that comes off the front of the car. So neat little things, but very custom underneath. I ended up I started this car when I moved down to Florida, so I was all into the beachy, surfboardy vibe to it, but still wanted that cool surf wagon. So we were going to put a surfboard up on top of the roof, and we ended up putting one inside the top of the inside of the roof. So it hides itself in there very well. You don't see it unless you really look or you're sitting in the car. So kind of still gives that beachy Florida vibe to it.
Nice.
So
I'll tell you the front, catching eye immediately. I think spectacular, this front end here.
a lot of chrome. Yeah, a lot of
chrome, and that's what
lot
we
of
talk
chrome.
in the 50s.
Yeah, chrome ain't cheap. Cool pinstriping, and just that front end classic 50s.
The pinstriping, I will tell you, some guys like, some guys not, but that's still so attached to the history, automotive history, I think, here in the United States. Is it, you think that is dying art? I had an amazing opportunity, and that's exactly one of my first opportunities here on my channel, I believe close to 3 years ago right now. Artists, and this guy is all over. I mean, he's driving mostly up north, northeast, and he's spending a little bit of time here south with us. Many car shows, some art events. Steady hand. You gotta have steady hand for that. I mean, he's long time in the business. There's maybe a few people around the country. What do you think about that?
Small handful of great pinstripers.
Yes.
I think it's still got that rebel vibe to it, but also that's easily to. And I think back in the 50s, it was an easy thing to customize your car. Goes back to the lowrider stages and stuff like that. anything to make it stand out and be your own. So I think that's the big culture in hot rod altogether is
California.
Just having your own vibe out there, showing everybody what you think it should look like and what it should be and the styling of what you thought. So,
and that's again for somebody like me who is walking into the entire culture, because it's again, I'm an outsider. So I'm watching as many some cool documentaries which you can find exactly on the YouTube. Talking Van Dutch, low ball art right now, everything back then in the 50s, 60s, California,
A lot of these older pinstripers, those guys have stories like you wouldn't believe, because they've been to all those big shows. They're always popping around town. They know everybody. They get to know them, and famous ones on top of it. This car has a pinstriper that's just still hanging on, and just the stories he's told over the years to me. And one of my other cars has another guy that he's not with us anymore, but pinstriped his whole life and been at all the big shows. And it's kind of an honor to have their mark on your car.
Yeah, honor. Yeah, so you said you have air suspension. It's automatic, yes? 4 automatic?
Yes. Overdrive transmission, so just a
cruising on the highway.
Beach cruiser. That's what it was.
Talking about cruising on the highway, you like cruising anyway? Have you ever cruised after restorations? Any bigger car shows, events, anything you attended? Anything? What was your favorite there back in the days? Maybe even.
I was a car show kid, so my dad was always driving his cars to car shows. So I was 6, 8, 10, 12 years old all those times.
Nice.
He was always driving them, and that's something he preached was, got to drive them, son. You got to drive them.
Yeah.
Have fun with them. And more I play with them, the more he's right. So seeing some of those big shows, you're just blown away by the skill and the talent that you see out there. And it inspires you. It did me.
Any story with your first cars? Do you have any? What you started with exactly? I wonder.
So I have my father gave me my first hot rod. So
nice.
It was tough to afford something like that, but it was a basket case.
So lucky you. Your dad gave you the first one, huh? What was it?
It was a 1950 Ford Business Coupe. So my father was a Ford guy. Kind of translated into me. And it was my great-grandfather's first brand-new car.
Nice.
So through the family, they held on to that. It ended up getting sold, gave back to my father. My dad gave it to me. It was a piece of shit. It was one of those, when it showed up to the house, the wife was just, no way. Like the neighbors are looking. There was mice falling out of it. It was a piece of shit. But it gave myself and my dad something to talk about. Hey, well, I'm doing this, and I put my own spin on it, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So I moved on from that car. I still have it. I actually gave it to my son, so he can put it onto his and put his spin on it in life, and get the same joy I got as talking to my son at car shows. He's getting into the marriage time of his life and moving out and all that good stuff. So it's the best way I can pass it on, and just taking a note of my own father's playbook to get the same benefits. And didn't know he was doing things like that with me. And you learn.
So a long time in the family we talking.
So a long time in that family for that car, and it's not one of those sought after cars, but it's still a cool car, and he can make it his own and have fun with it and drive it around and be cool, and that kind of
You started with the cruising, so you were cruising with your dad. But after all, like for example, when you start cruising by yourself, or even recently, the past 20 years, have you attended any shows? Anything would have really caught your eye or the vibe there?
I think some of the biggest shows I think are I when I built this car, I built it and debuted it at Detroit Autorama.
Really?
So
okay.
Autorama's the Super Bowl of car shows. The Riddler got to compete for that. So they have a lot of rules with that Riddler. You can't take pictures. You can't publicize any pictures of the build. You know, this was easier for me because we were still flip phoning it, you know, during that time. So it was easier.
Yeah.
But it also, that was the mother of all car shows to me. It's kind of the Super Bowl of car shows. That's the start of the year, the show of everywhere. I'm originally from Michigan, so I used to go every year as a kid with my dad and da-da-da-da. So to bring my own car, my own build, that was a big deal for me. So that, I think, is the true epitome of the car show. It's indoors, you know, very cool thing. But Michigan has a lot of really cool shows. Their Woodward Dream Cruises this weekend.
Yes.
And seeing the pictures and everything coming from that. We used to go the week before just to drive, and you could really get out there because 8 out of 10 cars were all old classics on the road at all times. So you could zip up and down, have a good time, hit the turnarounds, and just catch somebody new, park on the side of the road, you know, hang out for a little bit, have something to drink, you know, cruise down the road again. That, I think, is one of the true cool ones. But you have been on some really cool trips, being on the Route 66, and you guys, that's how I got talking with a lot of you guys, is about that, and getting to know a lot of the associates we're all friends with. So very cool trips like that.
Yeah, the world is open, definitely. Meeting more all of you with amazing stories and cars, and we're getting together, and month after month, the group exactly is growing too. So there's definitely some nice cruises or events coming up, and we're gonna chat about this. And I'm always looking forward to also more and more every year experience, of course, what is outside of the Florida. Even that the Florida is so stretched out that to leave Florida, it's a good 12, 13 hours. But definitely, you know, Arizona, Utah, Northeast entire, they have a lot of those cool jalopy races and some other
Bonneville
events.
So many different aspects of just the classics and the car world, that just pick what you love and just kind of float towards that. It's I'm a paint and body guy at heart, so shiny and pretty is what I love. So, you know, it's a lot of the guys are different. So.
That was nice shot. Spectacular place. The piece of automotive industry,
Appreciate
of automotive culture, the car, amazing. I'm looking forward to a little ride with you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for inviting me, Scott. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.